How's it going, everybody? It's been far too long since the last event video. I had to give Scotty some unpaid time off, just like his unpaid time on. But we're back now. We're going to be doing our event videos once again, and we're going to start with how to crush these red goblin events. How you doing, Mr. Scotty?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. You excited for this? It's been too long.
This math gave me a headache today, so let's do it.
Yeah, and if you want to see the fruits of Scotty's labor, make sure you join the Discord because he posts all the charts that you're going to see in this video with brief explanations in that Discord, and you can subscribe to that channel for your own Alliance Discords. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to start with the Paint the Town Red milestone. So we're opening those ruby orbs that look startling like the training orbs. This is where we're spending power cores if we open up those Black Knight orbs, and we're doing Cosmic Crucible wins or with Superior with Superior 6, depending on their star level. How does this one look at first glance, and what should we expect to accomplish given certain criteria?
So the main event is doing those ruby red orbs, where the only place that you seem to be getting them are from the free claims, and then also in the red-handed milestone. It is important to note, like, you're getting 2,000 fragments, but you only get 1,500 points for opening the orb, which made the math even more annoying to do. And so you are going to get 2 of those orbs from the daily milestone, which we're going to go over, and then 1 from the free claim. Otherwise, the only other way to get them is offers. I assume maybe on Friday they'll be in like the Friday free claim. There might be some extra ones there, but we'll see. Otherwise, you were just getting points from battling a Cosmic Crucible, like winning, and then using Superior 6. So hopefully you pulled them off defense for the week, because you do need to use them all 3 rounds. And then spending power cores is the other way to contribute. I have basically lined out hitting milestone 17 and just adjusting how many power cores you're spending to hit the same milestone. Obviously, you can spend a wackadoo of power cores and get a little bit further, but 17 seemed like a reasonable place to get to for people. So if you... Like, Superior 6 has been out a while, so a lot of people may have the whole team 7 yellow. So on the left is if you have them all maxed, you win your 6 CC battles. So you have to clear each room, basically. You max out the red-handed event, which is raiding and using Hive Mind in raids. You collect the free claims. You only have to spend 100 power cores a day to hit the milestone 17.
Oh, very easy.
Yeah, so it's not a lot of cores to hit that. Obviously, you can spend more cores and get further, like the Marvel's costume for Photon is at milestone 18. There are like some gold promos, not that anyone really needs those very much anymore if you're getting that far. There's like the Teal Catalyst pack at 18, which a lot of people may need that. So I think you could push a little bit further into 18 if you want, but it's going to be a lot more cores to get further. The middle is... I kind of gauged it based on the Dorks account, which is like the free-to-play account. So like Doc Ock is 7 yellow, Green Goblin is 7 yellow, one other I think is 7 yellow, but then the other 2 are only 6. So I gauged it based on that, and we only have to spend like an extra 100 on top of the first 100, so 200 a day to still hit the milestone 17. And then on the far right, I gauged it on maybe having even less of the Superior 6 at 7, so having none of them, and then not even having like all of them at 5 yellow, and you only have to spend 450 cores a day to make that up. So the point level is pretty reasonable. It's just a little bit more extra cores if you don't have them all.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We've had the Superior 6 for a while, like you said. And like you said, Green Goblin was a free 7-star. Doc Ock, basically a free star at this point. Not a free 7-star, but people have gotten him there by now. And we've had, Craven and Spider Slayer in a lot of stores. Lizard, not so much. The Lizard is in this current event store. So hopefully people have them a little bit bigger and they don't have to get into too many power cores. But there's actually a couple more reasons to spend power cores, as we're going to see in future events anyway. Yeah, so this doesn't look too bad. Let's go ahead and move on over to the red-handed event. You kind of mentioned this in passing. This is going to be feeding into the Paint the Town Red event, where we got to raid with our Hive Mind characters. These guys, probably less people are going to have them at 5 yellow or 7 yellow.
And honestly, it doesn't matter, I guess, in the end, as long as you are doing raids. So like on the far left is if you have the max, like you only have to do 10 raid battles a day, so like 5 in each raid. Like that's not very much, so people are going to hit that. So then I wanted to look at, on the far right, like what if people don't have, like a lot of people free to play will be unlocking Red Goblin like today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just from the monthly event. And
my baby account is, so yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, so like the dorks is, my baby account is, like those are all like they're 5 shards away. So I'm thinking everyone should be able to at least have him unlocked and use him. They may not have him at 5 yellow or 7 yellow. Also like only having Gwenum but not having her at 5 yellow, and Void Knight not having him at 5 yellow. Though I think most free to play, like the dorks have him at 5 yellow now, but not Gwenum. But regardless, like even if you only have them unlocked but not up to 5 yellow on either 3, you just have to do, it's basically 14 raid attacks a day. Which I still think people should be able to do, but if you're in an alliance where people just go wackadoo in raids, just make sure that maybe everyone leaves the last boss open for a little bit, so that people can lose to it, because losses do count towards it. So just in case maybe you're in a lane where the time zones are weird, like I know I wake up and often the Greek is actually just like done while I'm asleep, so I may not get like that many nodes. I probably get like 6 or 7 sometimes. And the most important thing is to be able to use Hive Mind in the raid.
Right.
So right now we're in beta raids, but it switches over to gamma raids tomorrow. And so the issue with gamma raids is the traits. So you can only use Hive Mind on the Spider-Verse nodes. So it may be really good for people to leave the boss node open for a little bit on gamma raids, so people can at least lose to it once with Hive Mind if they didn't get to touch the bio nodes in Incursion, because that happens. Because there's 4 people sharing 3 lanes, people miss out on bio. So either you need to make sure everyone gets 1 bio node in the Incursion, or everyone gets a Spider-Verse node in Gamma. But it may just take a little bit of extra coordinating. I think it's still pretty easy for most people to get this done, but just factor in that this isn't a cumulative like week long. You have to do it every day. So just make sure you guys are running raids that you can at least use Hive Mind in, for the extra points, and also that you can get at least probably like 14 nodes each in them.
There you go. So guys, that is going to be the number one thing that you should take from this video, is that every single day you need to use your Void Knight, Gwenum, and Red Goblin in the raid at least once a day. You only need to do it once to hit the limit, so just make sure once a day you're using those characters in. That seems very fair. The 14 attacks, that's very easy to do when we have Greek raids running all the time, right? Like, you get your, 14 energy a day, but you get that on both raids. So doing 7 and 7 is not very difficult whatsoever. So that's good. So that's going to be easily maxed out. And then you broke this down for us. So this is how you can hit the monthly milestone in the Paint the Town Red event, I believe, with having no Superior 6 used at all in CC. So you could technically keep them on defense. You're going to miss out on like a milestone 17 if you're trying to push for that, right? But if you're trying to turtle up, the option was still there for you. It was just made much stupider to do, right?
Yeah, and 60 is still a good one to get to, because that has the last of the Red Goblin shards in it, because I think there is a total of 35 Red Goblin shards in that milestone.
Okay.
So that will like get you to the last ones of those. 17 just has some like teal catalysts and like an Elite 6 and stuff. So nothing groundbreaking. So I guess you could decide to turtle in CC if you want to.
It got me to rank 1. It got us to rank 1. Let's go. Which Batwalk may or may not be stealing from us today. We'll see. And then we got the final event, the Alliance Milestone event, the Red Blooded. Now, I take issue with this one just as someone who's trying to re-experience the beginner struggles that players get. These Incursion energy events, you can't do them till you're level 70. And here's the thing. something's going on. Some accounts are getting a giant burst of experience whenever they level. Since I started the Baby Alliance, I brought multiple people in, and some of them are sending me pictures where they're getting 24,000 experience when they level. So they only need to do another 3,000 experience, and boom, they've hit their level. Me, I'm not getting that burst of experience. I brought some developers, kind of radio silent, which is really awkward. But I have 3 people, including myself. One started a day before me. One started 3 days after me. Both of them are level 70 plus. I think one of them is 76 and one of them is 72. I'm at 62. It's taking me a week to get a level. It's taking them a day every single level. It's driving me nuts. They're in the encouragement campaign, but if you didn't get whatever this account throttle issue is, if it is an issue or if they're A/B testing, whatever, I'm screwed when it comes to encouragement events. I don't really like these events, but there is kind of a silver lining, right? Like, this is still good for people who are trying to level up to 100. They still give at least the same proportional amount of experience as the regular campaign, ISO campaign. At least it's not making us core the showcase, I suppose. How are we feeling about this Alliance event? How far can we get? And is this kind of, sorry about that quick edit. I lost power. The good old Canadian winters. So let's just pick up from Scotty. Why don't you break us down the 2 methods that we're looking at here, what we can expect to get doing such a thing.
Okay, we were talking about Red Blood.
Yeah.
So this is the Alliance event for spending ISO energy, spending Encouraged energy, and earning the Allied Orb fragments. The Allied Orb fragments is only coming from free claim so far. They seem to have taken them out of the donation boxes for good. They have not been in there for a while. My theory is because they just kept messing up when they put them in the boxes, but I digress. So on the left is if you guys are wanting to go for milestone 16, it only has an extra 500k gold in it and some armory 17 and 18 orbs. I don't know if it's really worth pushing for, but if you want to, you do have to use today as like the bonus day for refreshes. So doing 50 cores of the ISO and 250 cores of the incursion, and then every day you need to be doing 4 of the 50 cores of the ISO and 2 of the incursion, and that will get you to milestone 16. Versus on the right is if you're just going for the monthly items at 15, you just have to do the 4 50s of the ISO and none of the incursion, or you can do 4 of the incursion and none of the ISO, or you can split it and do 2 of each.
Right on, there you go. There you go. Well, now let's head on over to the actual events. Let's look at the real rewards here to see what we got going on. So we were just laughing. There's so much red going on. We're going to paint the town red because that seems to be the main milestone. So if we look at the red blooded, this is going to be the one we were just talking about. Spending the ISO campaign energy. It is your Alliance event. Obviously, lots of monthly stuff in there. We get down to, it was milestone 15 and 16 we were talking about. So 15 is the final monthly stuff. And then you start getting into kind of the dolphin tier for 16, 17, and the whale tier for 18, 19, and then kraken tier for 20, right? And then you got to really ask yourself, like, how much, if I'm a kraken, how much do I really care about 40 gear to 18 orbs? How much do I care about 3 million gold? These catalysts, this is kind of interesting, right? You get 50 of each, but it's times 6, so is that 300 of each? So that's kind of interesting, right? Doesn't seem like it's worth that chase though. So like Scotty was saying, I think you just kind of get your monthly items to make sure you're still in the running for like top 1% in the monthly event, or you're finishing those milestones, because we never really know. They never tell us how much extra monthly stuff we're gonna get, so it's always kind of a concern. You want to try and cover your bases and get that done. But I don't think pushing super duper hard on seeing red is, red blooded is super worth your time. So many reds, Jesus. How many? Oh my god. Okay, anyway, sorry. Red-handed would be the next one. A red-handed is the one where we are using our Gwenum, our Void Knight, our Red Goblin, and we're doing our raid battles. Up to 14, if you only have them unlocked, we'll get you everything done here. Some pretty good stuff. We got some monthly stuff. We got some... are these the ruby orbs, or are these are the ruby orbs? Okay, they look so much like the training orbs. But those are going to get you a lot of milestone points towards the event. It's not too hard. It does reset every day, as you can see. I've done like 3 raid fights or something like that, and I did use the characters that I have unlocked, so you can see not so bad. And this is on the baby account, so not bad whatsoever. And if we go open one of those orbs, those ruby orbs, I haven't opened it yet, so let's see what we got in there. I got one orb. Oh, that'll be super useless to my account, all those diamonds. All right, hey, lizard, hey, are these orbs might be dope. Let's just, I want to see what these orbs now. I didn't even know.
A 3 superior 6 that people won't have at 7, so I do think the orb is not that bad.
Not at all.
Because it is going to give you characters like that you need.
Yeah.
And you are getting 3 of those a day, basically.
That's really cool. And that, for me on the baby account, that just unlocked my lizard, which is great. And now I could buy a diamond on a character that I'll never have at 7 yellow stars for another few
Think
months.
of it as you're saving for Apocalypse.
There you go. That's the way to do it. So you see, like, these events, you definitely want to know the Scotty math behind it so you can take advantage, get all these cool character shards. And it all culminates into Paint the Town Red. This event is going to be your main event for your milestone points for the monthly. I do wish we had a lot more blue gear in here. You can see milestone 1. I feel like they should be shoving blue gear in these, in all the events to help out, because purple gear and orange gear. I know I'm speaking on the new account stuff a lot, and people are probably tired of it by now, but I feel like it's such an easy W for them. What milestone were we getting up to here? We were getting up to 13 for the monthly. We were Paint the Town
17
Red.
was the one I did the 3 versions of, and 16 was like the if you don't have superior 6.
Fair enough. Yeah, so there you go. That's great. So we're getting the 15 goblin shards. It's going to be huge. You see, for me, that would be an unlock, but I'm sure I'll have that unlocked by then. And if we look past 16, like, what are we really getting? Elite 6, nobody cares. Gear Tier 17 pieces, nobody cares. 200 catalysts of each. That's kind of nice. The Photon costume, I actually, you know what? Let's break the rule for a second. Let's talk about the Marvels movie, because the rest of this stuff is not worth cracking it out. It's just not. But the Marvels movie, I really liked the Marvels movie. I did not dislike it. I watched a lot of YouTube creators, and they all just, like, were slam dunking on it. I thought it was fine. I thought it was fun. They said the plot made no sense, and it did. Like, they would use their powers. They would switch places. They had to stop the girl who was trying to steal the resources from everywhere that Captain Marvel, sorry, big spoiler alert, trying to steal all their resources from places that she left. It's on Disney Plus now. You should go watch it. Kamala was super fun. She reminded me a lot of Kate Bishop from the Hawkeye show, which is the humor that I just get. It's fun, it's goofy, it was good. I liked it. What did you think about the Marvels movie?
I thought it was really good. I really liked the 3 of them together because they had just very different personalities. I do think the end fight was lackluster for me.
Okay.
I just felt like it was just over too fast. I do like the ending, and opening up those possibilities of like, I don't know how much I want to spoil it for people, but
let it rip. I'll put a spoiler alert up.
It just opens up the possibility of mutants,
Mm-hmm.
And how they might be planning to introduce them, which I think we're all waiting. Like every freaking Marvel movie since Endgame, we're just like, mutants. Where are the mutants at? How are we gonna do this? And unfortunately, like I still really liked the Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch movie. I know a lot of people didn't. I really liked it just because I love her just tearing people apart. But that was like a nice little glimpse into mutants, and then we thought something was going to come from that, but it didn't. But now maybe this movie is finally the movie that's showing us what's going to happen. It's just a lot. It's very exciting.
That is pretty exciting because, like you said, there was the Doctor Strange movie, then there was the No Way Home movie where it was like, oh, and it's always like, mutant, what? What's going on? And then Deadpool comes out of nowhere, like, I'm gonna do it. Like,
even the Miss Marvel TV show, they were like, oh, she's a mutant, and you're like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Exactly. It's always waiting for the next shoe to drop. Anyway, these Goblin events, they seem perfectly fine to me. It seems like it's really easy to get the monthly items. Even on my baby account, though the incursion energy is going to stall me, I'll probably have to go hard on ISO campaign. I'm going to get Red Goblin unlocked, which is the most important thing to me. And it looks like I'll be able to get to the Paint the Town Red final milestone, despite the incursion handicap I have, which is important to me. because I do want to be finishing these monthly milestones. As somebody who's been playing the game for 45 days at this point on the baby account, I'm trying to judge the new player experience based on, like, when are you no longer falling behind everybody else? Like, obviously, if you're doing a lesser raid, you're still falling behind. But when are you, like, truly out of the meta events? When can you start keeping up with that? That's something I want to look forward to. Anyway, this went a bit long, the power outage, and then we started geeking out over the Marvels. Scotty, I'm so happy to have you back. I can't wait to make this another normal thing that we do whenever there's fun events to break down.
He says this, but now he's going away for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I'm still going to be making videos from Amsterdam because homie's got to eat. All right, guys, make sure you show some love to Scotty in the comment sections below. I know you guys have missed him just as much as I have. But for now, from us, bye, guys.
Bye.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.